Hello, Bhargavi.
Hello, is this Efra?
Yes, this is a fact.
Hi. Yeah, sorry, your name is in a different language, so I
Oh,
can't know
yeah.
who it
Sorry,
is.
I should change it for always somehow. I need to. I try to check it up.
No worries, no worries. How are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Um, I hope the
Was there
other.
anyone else from your side we're waiting for?
So we would wait for Rui. He's from Bank of Israel.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
he offered me some help with identify exactly what I need in terms of because he knows
Yeah,
basically
he's ways
what
away.
you
Yeah,
can offer, so it might help us like to in
sure.
between. Anyone else from your side?
No, from my side, I am Jules and Justin have a clash, so they can't join. But I can cover most of the questions.
Okay, okay. Even if we have some left open, so we will discover it
Yep,
later.
that's fine.
Um, we'll give it 1 more minute, maybe. Where are you located, Bartleby?
London.
Oh, lucky you. Mhm.
It's very, very cold.
Yeah, it's even getting colder here as well, but it's a very sunny day.
Oh, okay. Does it normally get really cold in the winter or?
Not that cold as yours, but it
Sure.
is cold, but in a normal way.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, here it's normally it doesn't get to 0 degrees now. Normally it's in Jan or Feb, but today has been, yeah,
Oh.
it's
Yeah,
been
so it's
suddenly very
also
cold.
yeah, it's also colder here. Normally, like in reference to what we used to on that time, like it suddenly got very cold. Like
Yeah.
last week, it was very hot in here, and then it suddenly got colder. Um, yeah, but we do have cold days with sunny weather, so it's like
Okay, that's
nice.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's at least bearable.
yeah. Here is Ray. Hey, Ray. Hey.
Really?
Okay. Thank you for joining.
I don't really know if we can hear you.
If what?
I can't really hear Rui. I
He's
don't
on
know if
mute.
he's speaking.
He's not
Ah,
speaking to
okay,
us.
okay.
He will
Okay, cool.
join us in a minute.
Okay, sure.
Hi, sorry.
Anyway,
Oh, no
okay.
worries.
How are you, Bhargavi?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
It's been a while.
In a way, a little bit.
Yes, I was off for 2 weeks, so just came back this week.
Okay.
Um,
Was it a vacation or?
Yeah, went back to India and Singapore.
oh,
So just proper family time.
Nice. Yes. Great.
very nice.
Okay. Are we
Okay.
waiting for someone else? Fats?
No, I think we're not. We start. So basically, the agenda is what I sent in the email, and we of course go over it again. Um, we started to talk about it last time, but now I could see that I can say that I see the picture like more in a wider way because our main portfolio, sorry, our portfolio is mainly invested in ETFs. Like I don't know, maybe 90% is an ETF. So when we want to investigate and check to check the risk, the exposure, and everything. We should be able to drill down to see all the look through, because again, it's ETF. So what we see now in Explorer, that by the way, I did change, really helped me to change the user, but I see a different thing that seems a little bit different. I don't know. Maybe I'll try with the Rui later. I don't know if it's like what you gave me as a permission or something has changed. I don't know. But
maybe because Explore change, I think.
maybe I'll show you. You both know much better than I know. Hold on. And here, when I go on, first of all, the URL that worked before didn't work now, and here is the main.
This is the
So
dashboard.
you're looking at academies. This is dashboard. I think you're looking to open Explore, right?
Yes.
I tried to open Explore, but it didn't really work somehow. Like, this is the URL I used to work with. Hold on, and then someone.
Yep,
something.
that's your homepage, and from there you can load Explore. So once this loads, I'll show you. That's your homepage.
Here.
And then at the top, yeah, launch Explore.
Yeah. Maybe if I save the URL for Explore, so it will be.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, when I do it with you, so it work smoothly. Okay. So again, we can see here the portfolio is a Safe Invest. Here it is. And what we see now seems like it's unmapped. Like we see many investments in equity and many. Hold on, I'm not multitasking probably. What should I add? Fixed income.
I think you are. Sorry, just to. I think you already have a workspace, right? Which you
Correct.
had used before, so you don't need to load the portfolio again. So if we just click on the three dots beside Untitled Workspace, yeah, you can click on Load Workspace.
Okay.
And yeah, you can just click Continue. So you don't need, and then under your My Workspaces.
But it won't be mine. It will be the other user. Like I just changed the user, so it will be someone else.
You have Kevin.
Yeah. Will it see here? Maybe be here it is.
Yeah. And he does. Yeah, so you can choose. I think it's CIF Investors too. Yeah.
And then you have to save it to your.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can save. So if you click on Save now.
Save Workspace, right?
Yep. So click on Save Workspace. And it'll say CIF Invest to copy. You can remove the copy if you want. But basically, if you click Submit, this saves this exact same workspace under your username.
Okay.
And what that means is, when you open up Explore for the first time, at the top you put the portfolio. You don't need to do that each time. At the bottom it gives you the same box of My Workspace, Team Workspace, Share. And if you just click My Workspace, you can just load this up directly. So it'll just save you a lot of time instead of having to add everything. You would need to re-add every breakdown, re-add every filter. It's very time consuming otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. So in here, we did it last time that to describe.
Yes, I did this last time. Yeah.
But again, what I'm trying to emphasize that we want to be able to see all the bottom underlying assets. Roy, feel free to stop me and help me to explain more efficient what I want. So feel free. So we want to be able to see like all the detailed investments in order to do all the risk and exposure and still to be able to connect it to the ETF itself.
So yeah, what I'm understanding is, and again, because we set this up really like at the end of last year, obviously the requirements were such that we create the CAF Invest portfolio. All of your positions are flowing in from Boni, and you have your ETFs here, which we have enabled look through for. I'm actually loading up your workspace simultaneously on my side just to check, because I think it's similar to what we just explained before. You have to manually enable look through. It won't automatically come up in Explore. And the way it's done is, for example, you have an iShare position. You come to us saying you want to enable look through for this. So we will fan out that iShare with its underlyings. Firstly, we will first check. If we can do so, we then fan it out. And I vaguely believe this was done for all of these, including your Vanguard ones. If I'm not wrong, I can find the emails from last year on what was set up.
I think they have added a lot of new ETFs during the last few months.
Right.
I guess you said it was the last year, so it was like almost a year.
Almost a year ago, exactly. Yeah.
Portfolio has changed, so they do opened a lot of new ETFs. So
okay, sure.
Go over all the list and just ask you to have a look through.
Exactly. Yeah, that's more that we're more than happy to do that. So the workflow would be that anytime, and I think this is one of your questions as well about new assets and new positions. So completely understand your portfolio will keep changing. You'll have new positions coming in. What we would expect is when you have a new ETF and you want to have a look through, just send us an email. Send the service team an email saying, we have this new ETF. Please enable look through for this. So we want all the underlying data to be fanned out for this specific ETF, and you can give the CUSIP name or the security description. All of that you can see in Explore itself, and then they'll be able to enable it. So that's more than feasible. It's just that we would need the client to come and tell us each time, because we don't monitor new positions in your portfolio. So it's not something automatically done. So we would, whenever you have a new position and you want to enable that, like please just send us a service team an email.
Okay. And then you will be able to detail all the ETFs, even if it's not. I know, like iShares, you are
yes.
connected, but if it will be someone else, that Invesco or someone else, we need any relation.
Yeah, so it gets a bit tricky with those. There are a few different ways we do look throughs for that. I can send over documentation, but basically we can use this Aladdin fund modeling methodology, which is that, we reach out to other third-party vendors to see if we can fan it through them. iShares, obviously, as you know, is the easiest for us. We just need to do a cross-check. But the way it works is you would, this is the entire workflow. You have an ETF, regardless of iShare, Vanguard, Invesco, etc. You would then stick it to a service alias saying you need look through enabled for this. And then the team will then do a holistic review. One saying, do we have the underlying data already in our centralized database to find it out directly? If yes, easy, enable it, and then you can see it. If not, we will go through the filter logic of, okay, can we reach out to third-party vendors and see, do we have that underlying data that we can find out? If not, then the third step of, okay, are there any other data points that we have or any other proxies that we can use so that you can see your risk accurately? So there's a couple of different ways. It's not very clear cut, but there's a really good documentation. So I'll make sure to send that to you afterwards, just so you can have a look and see what the filtration logic is.
Okay.
Let me just make a note of that one now. 1 second. To send that over.
So what we can do is so Efrat can see which ETF doesn't have a look-through enabled and just send you the list, and then you can do the work from your side. The other question is, once you have the look-through enabled, then you cannot know who was the ETF's the father of this. I mean, you will see all the securities together because it's all held on the same portfolio. Am I right? I mean, can you still show
with the parent?
Who was the parent?
There should be a breakdown to be able to see that. I'm almost certain. But again, I would need an example ETF with the look through just to confirm. But yeah, you definitely can set up a breakdown based on the issuer or based on, the parent level, and then see all of the underlyings within that portfolio.
That can be nice. I mean, because sometimes the ETFs that the CIF holds, they have like different purposes or different strategies. Like you have ETFs for equity, and you have ETFs for corporate, and different markets. So you do want to see who is the parent, who is the ETF parent. Once you enable the look through, you see all the securities, but you still want to have a breakdown by the parent.
Yeah, exactly. So actually what I've done, and this is something I did want to ask. So if you go to settings at the top right of your screen, I just want to double check and then click on look through. Yeah, okay. So you would need to enable look through. So this is something, even if we enable it on our side, you still won't be able to see it unless you've ticked this. And then you can need to click on portfolio because you're looking at the portfolio. If you have a benchmark, you can click on benchmark as well. But if you can just click on portfolio.
Here, sorry. Okay.
Yes. And then again, it'll give you the security types, okay, funds, ETFs, is there anything else? But again, we typically use this just for ETFs. And then apply.
You have portfolio and strategy name. That's the switch that you can do for the parent.
Sorry, which one?
You have inherit portfolio and strategy name. Or maybe no.
No, I don't think that's for the parent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me just double check though. I think that might be, but again, I just need to double check with an exact ETF portfolio to confirm how to do the breakdown. I've definitely seen it before, but basically what I wanted to point out is, yeah, and then it'll reload the entire workflow. So if you put a workspace, so if you just click reload now.
Here? This one?
No, the blue button there when you say is, yeah. Anytime a change is being made, it'll reload that portfolio. Sorry, that workspace. But basically, this is now going to show you all of the look through that's been enabled for any of your positions. I think a couple of iShares on that was already done from previously, but again, any new iShares that you have, it wouldn't have picked up. So what I'll come back to you is how you can do the breakdown of parent level with the look through, like with the underlyings. Think I'll figure out the configuration for that and come back to you. But yeah, if you could send us a list of, once you review this workspace with your look through enabled, if you can send our service team a list of all of the ETFs, CC myself as well and Ewan, just all of the ETFs that you don't see look through enabled for, we can then review on our side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
it's just showing you basically like all of the underlyings now at this point, because before it'll just give you the position level data. Now it's all of the underlyings. You can change the breakdown. Obviously, I think this is done by sector, I want to say. Yeah. So you can definitely change the breakdowns based on what you're looking for. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that when you enable look through is when all of the underlyings flow in.
Yeah. Maybe I can choose here like something
Yeah, whichever way you want to look at, like, view the data.
Factor exposure type, maybe default.
There's a sorry, if we just quick grouping, that's one. And again, the configurable breakdown is if you want to drill down further. So for example, you want to first see the sector, then you want to see the security group, then you want to see, like, you can create that like drill down level logic under configurable breakdown. But if you just want one level of, I only want to see it by sector, then you can do the top.
I see. Okay. I don't want to waste your time. I guess you take it a while for configuration.
Sorry?
No, I wonder if it will take a while, so I don't want to waste your time.
I think that covers the first point about look through. Let us know which ETFs need it, and then I'll come back to you on the documentation as well, just for your awareness, and then also how to create that parent level breakdown.
Okay, and as you said before, that ongoing, every new ETF, we will send it to you to notification that we have a new ETF, and whatever we need to do.
Please enable look through. Yeah,
Okay.
the main thing is, and this is the third point here about maintaining information for new assets. For ETF specifically, if you need look through enabled, all you'll do is to our service team that you have a new ETF position. Please enable look through for this QSIP basically. If it's any other assets that you don't have look through for them, so you don't need to notify us. You can just keep sending the new positions in your Boni file, and then it'll flow into Aladdin.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there is a question about now. I mean, the CIF wants to trade by themselves, not just ETFs through Boni, but also doing it internally in BOI. So in this case, these positions will not show up, and we need to think about the solution if we do want to send a file from outside or.
So that's a good point. So the positions that you have with Boni will flow in on that Boni file. Now, if there's anything that is coming directly from yourself, there's already an existing BOI position file. So you can add any of those new positions onto that and just tag the CIF Invest portfolio. So that's an easier method instead of having a separate interface, a separate file, which all flows into, because ultimately on Aladdin, everything flows into one top level port group. Your GP package runs on that. So CIF Invest is one section, like under BOI Solve. It's one port group amongst many that flow into, I think it's BOI all. So if there's any, like for example, you're mentioning you want to trade which asset classes exactly, or?
It's now govies, U.S. government.
U.S. government. Okay, yeah.
Do you have something else besides ETFs now?
No, not yet.
Sure. So what you would do is, okay, perfect. So there's a SecMaster file and a position file. SecMaster file is what creates your security in Aladdin, and then that maps to your position file, which will basically say, okay, this position is linked to this security, create that line item and map it to XYZ portfolio. So if you trade a new US government bond, for example, that SecMaster file will say every detail about your security. And then your position file will have one line for that security, which portfolio, in this case, CIF Invest, and then the position level details, and it'll flow directly into the same portfolio, basically.
So we can just add it to our files. So like for the security master, we can add these lines if they are not in our portfolio. And also in the position file, we will have a CIF Invest and and the securities that are directly held in SIF Invest, and it will be mixed together with what Bonnie sent?
Yeah, the one thing I will need to check with Ewan, because he's more familiar with the production side of things, was there when we set up this BOI Solve and CIF Invest, was there any dependency that we created with just the Boni file? If so, that will cause a problem. You won't be able to see both in the same file. So I will need to check with him if we did create like a sole dependency on, BOI Solve will only look at files, positions from your Boni file, because then it'll cause a bit of a break. So do you have a timeline for when you want to onboard those new like government positions?
Not yet. It's something we need to ask internally with our IT, because they need to make the process, to adjust the process to also include positions from the SIF, and to identify these positions, because we also have like the positions that are held in Boni, but we do not want to send these ones because they are coming directly from Boni. So there's some internal IT work, and we should see when it's going to be
Sure.
in the
Okay,
time.
no, sure.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check if there was any urgent requirements, but okay, no worries. I've just made a note for that as well. I'll come back to you. And was there any dependency created? And if not, can we just remove that? Because then it'll be easier for yourselves to manage as well, just to send everything on one file. But yeah, I'll come back to you on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe last issue, if you have any tutoring that you think we should go through, like, I don't know if it's online or something else, that especially related to the ETF, because ETF and mutual fund, all the look-through issues, because as I see, it's a little bit more complex. If you have any idea, we would love to know about it.
Yeah, sure. Let me see on Aladdin Academies and our library resource, which is on your homepage. I can send over some documentation, some training materials on, especially ones that would cover for ETFs. Just for me to understand. So, Efrat, your team, how much of Aladdin are you using currently? Are you looking to use in terms of your day-to-day workflows? Because I know the last time we spoke was in July, but it was more of like an introduction of, this is Explore.
So basically, we are still a small unit, and it's basically only me, the only user in Aladdin from the SIF. I mean, because Rui has more users for BOI, but my goal is to establish a nice and intuitive platform that we would be able to use it, like, wide-wise, like everyone else can use it, but as long as I still in the building process, like to build it to be useful. So it will be only me, and later, if we will see it helpful, so we will consider to use more users.
Sure. And what workflows are you specifically looking to use? So when you say, if you find it useful, is it in terms of, the obviously the visual and the reporting of, can you see the granularity of what you're looking for, but also are there any specific workflows you're
for
thinking of
example,
doing?
yeah, for example, exposure for issuers, exposure for geographic sectors, and currency. This is a thing that we are already looking.
Sure.
So if it will be on Aladdin, I guess it will be useful, and then we will be able to know any other idea that I'm sure it's a whole world that we're not aware of.
Sure. Yeah, no, of course. I think what might be helpful, I'm not sure if Aladdin Academies was done, but let me so we have this platform called Aladdin Academies. it has like various different courses on it. The ones that we recommend for new users, specifically for Aladdin Bisq, is Introduction to Explore. It covers the breadth of this tool, right from the beginning of how to set up your workspace, but then also it goes into, all the way to like stress testing and hedging and optimization, etc. So let me send over all of those documentations.
sure.
Definitely worth having a look at all of the functionalities that's available. And then obviously after that, if there's any deep dive sessions, I know we're doing some with Roy right now. We can definitely schedule the same for you and your team, basically in the future when you want to build your team's knowledge as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was there anything else? I think we're just at time, and I know Roy, we have to jump on another call now.
No, so I think we're all good. If it's if you be able to send all the documentation you just mentioned, maybe you can reply to the last mail with all this one. Basically, I think it would be the best. And that's it for now. We will be in touch.
I'll come back to you, and I'll come back to you on those points. Yep, for sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy and Barnaby.
Speak to you soon.
Bye bye.
We're going to switch teams?
Yes, we're going to switch teams.
You have another one?
Yes.
Okay. Have fun.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.